It's time for the Class 2A Girls Soccer State Championship. We have Wheaton Academy taking on Troy Triad for the 2A title today. Welcome to Benedetti Worley Stadium on the campus of North Central College here in Naperville. I'm Nathan Beliva alongside Brian Bino. And Brian, last year at this time, we had the Rochester Rockets trying to go from 1A champs to 2A champs. This year, it's Wheaton's Academy's turn. They're trying to do the same thing Rochester did last year, get a 2A title a year after winning a 1A title.
Yeah, you said it. Wheaton Academy state champs a year ago. They've already proven they can compete against this upper competition, but they'll try to go for back-to-back state titles today.
On the other side, Troy Triad, they've already knocked off Rochester, Chatham-Glenwood, Sacred Heart Griffin, then winning a big game yesterday, 1-0 over Burlington Central. Can they knock off the Warriors here today?
Yeah, and they've already knocked off their reigning state championship in Rochester. You mentioned that before, trying to make it 2 in a row, and as a result, crown themselves the state champs of Illinois.
Let's take a look at those brackets and how these teams got here. Wheaton Academy had to go 12 rounds of penalty kicks to knock off Lamont in the semifinal yesterday. Game was 0-0 through regulation and overtime, a 7-6 PK win. And then Troy Triad got a goal 5 minutes into their match against Burlington Central and made it stand up 1-0. Now we look at our key players, and for Wheaton Academy, one of those penalty kick goal scorers yesterday, and that's Gretchen Pearson. She's proven herself on this level already.
Yeah, Pearson, 28 goals a year ago. She already eclipsed that total this year. You mentioned the goal yesterday. She had 2 goals in last year's state championships, so you might expect her to get in the scoring category again today.
On the other side, we're going to go on the goalkeeper. Troy Triad, they've been all about defense this year, especially in the postseason. Mercedes King has been a brick wall.
21 victories for Triad this year, 20 shutouts, about half of those from Mercedes King. Got to give credit to Madison Stouffer as well for her role, but King has been dynamite throughout the rest of the regular season into the playoffs, and you expect that to continue today.
Triad and Wheaton Academy, one of them will join Quincy Notre Dame as state champions so far this year. Starting lineups and the kickoff coming up next on CSN Chicago.
The IHSA is achievement, focus, creativity, spirit, champions. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
As the players and coaches shake hands and wish each other good luck at midfield, the IHSA Board of Directors and member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship from all athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Do what's right. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the IHSA Girls 2A State Soccer Championship game here on the campus of North Central College and Benedetti Worley Stadium. The officials for this match will be in the middle, Mr. Scott Taylor, AR1, Mr. Mark Canar, AR2, Mr. Mark Folta, and the fourth official, Chris Kerwood. For the visiting team, the Lady Knights of Triad, who enter the match with a record of 21 wins, 6 losses, and 0 ties. Please meet Coach Mike Betlock, who has a career record of 70 wins, 23 losses, and 8 ties for a career of 4 years. For the home team, the Warriors of Wheaton Academy, who enter the match with a record of 21 wins, 5 losses, and 0 ties. Please meet Coach Jeff Brook, who has a career record of 21 wins, 5 losses, and 0 ties for a career of 1 year. Now let's meet the starting lineup for today's game. First for the visiting Lady Knights of Triad. A junior midfielder, number 2, Jody Ellis. Junior defender, number 3, Kaylee Gibbs. Junior defender, number 6, Madeline Keller. Sophomore midfielder, number 7, Jordan Besserman. Senior forward, number 10, Megan Smith. Senior forward, number 11, Samantha Bessler. Sophomore defender, number 15, Erin Fanning. Senior midfielder, number 17, Erin Little. Sophomore defender, number 19, Sydney Beach. Senior defender, number 26, Morgan Bonesteel. And junior goalkeeper, number 30, Mercedes King. And now the starting lineup for the Warriors of Wheaton Academy. In goal, junior number 1, Marta Oster. Senior defender number 4, Emerson Fuller. Junior forward number 5, Aaron Tevans. Senior defender number 8, Anna Sudhart. Sophomore midfielder number 9, AC Hardy. Senior midfielder number 10, Holland Koshik. Sophomore forward number 14, Sophie Lindquist. Senior midfielder number 15, Megan Leichty. Senior defender number 17, Izzy McNally. Senior midfielder number 19, Anna Joy Cetron. Senior midfielder number 20, Gretchen Peterson. There will not be a national anthem since one was already played in the last game, so let's play soccer.
Today's IHSA Girls Soccer Championships are brought to you by Country Financial. At Country Financial, we understand that helping you means knowing you. Take charge of owning your future with Country Financial. Call your local rep at 1-866-COUNTRY or visit ownyourfuture.com. Welcome back to Benedetti Worley Stadium at North Central College as we are ready for 2A soccer. Nathan Believa and Brian Beto with you. The state championship will have the Troy Triad Knights there in red with the white shorts, and all white for Wheaton Academy. The Warriors, there they are, 1A state champs last year, and Brian now up in 2A. Rochester completed that double successfully last year, and now Wheaton Academy looking to do the same.
Yeah, certainly, and you know, Wheaton Academy, a team that's played upper-level competition quite frequently, not only through this tournament, but in the regular season as well, to test them for this very tournament. So, and they've passed with flying colors, and they have one more left to go to make it back-to-back state championships.
They're in white, and we are ready to go as Wheaton Academy with the kickoff. Troy Triad, quite the distance traveled from Southern Illinois to get here to Naperville. And they are in red with the white shorts for the Knights of Troy Triad, who in the regular season lost 2 of their games to teams from Missouri. They also lost to Collinsville, who made it here to Naperville in 3A state. And this ball is going to roll out of bounds. We talk Troy Triad. We look at their head coach, Matt Betlock. And Matt is 70 wins, 23 losses, 8 ties. His first time to state, though they did come here in 02, 03, and 11. under Coach Mike Villa. They won it in 11, and they beat Wheaton Academy. There is Coach Betlock. He went to high school in Kirkwood, Missouri, then played at Forest Park Community College in St. Louis, McKendree College in Lebanon, and he teaches at St. Mary's in Edwardsville. 20-6 coming into this tournament, so now 21-6 for the Knights. They move forward with the ball on the sideline. Inside the 18, teeing up a shot. Could not get that one off and knocked away. They scored from the top of the 18 in the semifinal yesterday. That was Erin Little, and just her third goal of the year, a 1-0 win. And you get a player, Brian, with just 2 goals on the season to step up with the only goal in a 1-0 state semifinal. That defines everybody contributes.
And it kind of defines this offense for Triad. They're very balanced. They have a lot of different contributors. We talked a lot about the goalkeeping and the defense, so on and so forth. But to have someone, and she's been a great player all year long, but to contribute on the offensive end, it just kind of shows to the depth and balance of this group.
And now it's knocked away, sent back out of bounds. And it will be a throw-in for the Knights of Troy Triad. Moving forward. Throw-in now for Wheaton Academy. You mentioned the Warriors. They won 1A last year. They've got a new coach this year in Jeff Brook. We did get a brief look at him before that ball was sent in by Triad, and now it's a foul against Wheaton Academy. Jeff Brooks in his first year, but that's only with the girls. 8 years as the coach of the Wheaton Academy boys. So he's got plenty of experience. There is Coach Brook. 21-5. Talk about playing big-time competition. Their losses, teams like Huntley, who was in 3A Final Four last year, Bennett Academy, Geneva, Glenbard West, Wheaton Warrensville South. Those are their losses. So all schools that are 2A or 3A, and most a lot bigger than Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, and like we said, you know, a team that has faced this bigger competition is, at least enrollment-wise, and Wheaton Academy has been prepared coming into this tournament because of that. Haven't missed a beat at all.
The ball rolls through. Coach Brooks got a boys soccer title under his belt. 4th place finishes in 12 and 13, a state title in 2014 in boys soccer for Wheaton Academy. They were girls 1A champions last year, and also in 04 and 2A in 09. So they kind of bounced back and forth, given both the multiplier deal for IHSA and the success factor. They've gone back and forth between 1A and 2A, but the thing that's been consistent, no matter where you put them, they've won.
Yeah, and what's interesting, I remember last year doing the 1A game with you. We knew that Coach Dave Underwood was going to be moving on at that point, and he obviously left the program in great hands. And Jeff Brook, familiarity on the boys' side, they just haven't missed a beat, and the continuity's always been there for this program, and it continues on here to this afternoon.
Down the right side for Troy Triad, Sophie Lindquist, is the ball sent into the box by Triad. Sophie Lindquist, who's in the middle of the field, number 14. We saw her commit a foul earlier. She scored the game winner last year in the state championship game in overtime. Gretchen Pearson had the assist of Lindquist's game winner. 6 minutes and 7 seconds into the first overtime. Triad with the corner kick coming. And they send this in. Jordan Besserman to the top of the 18. Get it cleared out, this Wheaton Academy. Get a chance to mention our officials for today. Scott Taylor is the middle referee. Mark Kinnar, Mark Folta are the linesmen, and Chris Kerwood is the 4th official. One other thing to point out too, the temperature today here in Naperville, 86 and climbing. It feels like is right at 90 down there on the turf. It's even hotter than that, and reaching triple digits. So under IHSA policy, they will take water breaks in both halves. As close to halfway through each half as possible, they'll take a water break, send both teams to the sideline for a minute or two, and make sure they keep all of these student athletes hydrated and ready to play, not have to worry about any of the heat-related issues, or at least try to combat that as best as possible.
Yeah, that's definitely necessary, and it's a good thing that they have agreed to do that. We're sitting up here in the air conditioning, so that's not a problem with us. It beats last year's weather. If you remember, we were joking around before the game that doing the broadcast open, it started pouring on us, and we were sitting in some moisture for the rest of the afternoon. But, yeah, good thing that they're going with that break each half.
They've done that all weekend, did it in all 4 semifinals on Friday for 2A and 3A. The third place game, which was won in 2A by Burlington Central. They knocked off Lamont 3-1. Streaking forward here is Troy Triad into the middle, and it would not fall to Sam Bassler, though they will win a throw-in. Wheaton Academy did not score in regulation or in overtime yesterday. Then they made 7 of 12 penalty kicks, while Lamont made 6 of 12. Both teams had opportunities to win the shootout earlier than the 12th round. A couple big-time saves from goalkeepers. A couple of shots that hit the post or missed the target altogether, but it was a 7-6 win for Wheaton Academy, and now they're on the attack. This is Sophie Lindquist up ahead to Gretchen Pearson. Ball knocked through. 2 players to keep an eye on. We talked about Pearson earlier. She left the semifinal game with what appeared to be a cramp, did come back and took a penalty kick in the second wave of shootouts after we were tied 3-3 through the first 5. The other player is number 5, Erin Tevens, a junior forward. She is on the field right now in attack for the Warriors. Tevens scored 18 goals, 24 assists during the regular season this year. She left with a leg injury yesterday, did not come back throughout the entire overtime, did not attempt a penalty kick, but she's out there near midfield right now and appears to be moving rather well, and that's a big boost to the attack of the Warriors.
Yes, certainly, and a couple of scares. You mentioned both of them yesterday, and good news for Wheaton Academy and the Warriors that none of those injuries seem to be too serious or lingered into action with the short turnaround from last night, and both seem ready to go.
Here is Tevens, number 5, and it's knocked out of bounds. From watching her last year and yesterday, she runs nonstop, side to side, covers the entire field, and really provides a nice target for both Lindquist and Pearson as they look to move the ball into the attacking third.
Yeah, always moving without the ball. She exhausts me just watching her play, and certainly a huge contributor to this squad, and it's a big bonus that they were able to get her in action today.
Ball's back towards the top of the 18 and cleared out of bounds as that was too high for Lindquist to get, and Maddie Keller will throw it in for the Knights of Troy Triad. Knocked down by Besserman, got it to Bassler. Little, she had the goal in the semifinal that put Triad into this game. Ball sent through and will be corralled by Marta Oster.
Yeah, Nate, both of these, this game is turning out kind of how we thought. Still only 10 minutes in, but neither team gives up a lot of chances. They don't make a lot of mistakes, and we haven't seen a huge scoring threat from either side so far. That being said, Wheaton Academy getting deep into Triad territory. Let's see what they come up with here.
Mercedes King, we talked about in the open, the goalkeeper for Triad, allowed 6 goals all season long, a 0.2 goals against average when you factor in the semi yesterday. Izzy McNally who will play soccer at the collegiate level, is ready to put this one in play towards the 18, but it's going to roll through a little too far that time. We get our first sub of the contest, and then you see Mercedes King for Triad. 6 goals allowed as a team. They only allowed 12. Madison Stauffer allowed the other 6, a senior. And they combined for 101 saves before the semifinal contest yesterday, which was all King for 80 minutes against Burlington Central. Mentioned McNally, she'll stay home, goes to Wheaton College. And she had that free kick that sailed long. Here's Keller with the throw in. Into the box and sent straight out of bounds. Keller with another throw in. And out, and that'll be a throw in for Wheaton Academy. Both teams have their share of players who will play at the next level, be it Division I, Division III, NAIA. That's nice to see as they progress through in their soccer careers. The throw in came all the way near midfield. Chasing it down for Wheaton is Lindquist. Headed back, and Beach got a touch to it. She's committed to St. Louis University, even though she's only a sophomore.
Wow. Yeah, and St. Louis, a really good soccer city in general, breeds a lot of talent. I know that the men's programs had a lot of success, same with the women's, but as a sophomore, that's impressive. Really impressive for anyone going anywhere to continue their soccer career at the collegiate level. So congrats to those who have already made that decision here that are playing today.
Ball get put back in play by Oster. Across midfield and out of bounds, throw in coming. We mentioned Beach. Senior Megan Smith for Triad will come back up to the Chicago area to UIC. Sam Bassler will go to Columbia College in Missouri, NAIA. Aaron Little, who had the goal yesterday, to the Missouri St. Louis D2. And Morgan Bonensteel at NAIA Baker University in Baldwin City, Kansas. Those are for Triad as they clear this one out near midfield. Gretchen Pearson and her 29 goals, 12 assists to Davidson College. Emerson Fuller just tried to clear that ball for Wheaton, and it rolls towards the sideline. She'll play at Lewis University. Mentioned McNally going to Wheaton. And Rachel Donsell, who is out with an ACL injury to Biola University. On the attack for Wheaton is Bricka. Knocked away, and it goes to Lindquist. Lindquist, left-footed, blocked. Pearson makes a move on Keller, and that's going to be a corner kick as Keller touched it last.
That first real opportunity for either side. It's so difficult to get behind that last line of defense for either side. So let's see if you can take advantage of the small amount of opportunities both teams are getting in the early going.
Ready for the corner kick here. And to send it into play. The kick is into the middle. Knocked down. Little trying to clear it, and Troy Triad does get it out of play, or out of the box, I should say, and out near midfield. Fuller sends it back in. Pearson battling Keller again, and this time it's off Pearson and out of bounds. 4 subs in for the Knights. Chelsea Ryden, she was very effective in attack in the semifinal game. Katie Rogers and Jordan Wilson also subbing back in. Warriors made one sub. Stevens is back in on that far side. Headed forward for Bricko, gets clobbered by Bonensteel with the little shoulder there. Knocking Bricko to the ground, and we'll have a free kick in a pretty dangerous position here.
Yeah, just about 5 yards outside the 18 and a little bit off center. Let's see how they aligned. 3 players are on the ball.
Fuller, Pearson, Stevens are all there. 4-player wall for the Knights. Stevens runs by, so does Pearson. It's Fuller. Oh, just missed the far post. She had that one dialed in. Just wide.
That was a terrific shot. Just missed wide. Look at it as we take another look at it. And you've seen here what she was able to do from our vantage point. It almost looked like it was going in.
Look at the bend on that. Just wide of the post.
Great effort. First real chance, really, from either side.
Triad moving forward. Wheaton. Little moves it up to Wilson, knocked away. Stevens down the sideline. Koshek clears midfield with it.
Hot damn.
Back over. It goes to Keller. Knocked away from her, sent up the sideline. Triad moving forward. Smith into the middle. Rogers on to Little, got around a defender, shot from the top of the 18, saved. The rebound is gonna get deflected out, but a foul was called anyway against Triad. Great effort on the shot from Aaron Little, almost the exact same spot where she scored in the semi.
Yeah, really good left foot on that one, but King up to the task, just gliding to her left, gives up a rebound opportunity, but good awareness by the back line of Wheaton Academy to draw the foul, be in the midst of the play, and get the free kick deep in their own zone.
McNally is the one that jumped in there and tried to clear it after the save by Oster, and we stay scoreless. Just about halfway through this first half of play. Here's Little again. Sends it into the box, and that just kept rolling on this turf. And I'll go out for a goal kick. And we've got 3 subs for Triad, 1 for the Warriors. And McGoble is in for the first time for Wheaton Academy. Molly Seuss, one of the subs in for the Knights. And now at the middle of the field, they get it on the right side to Chelsea Wheaton. Wheaton sends it towards the corner. Rogers runs it down. Played a little give and go, but Wheaton Academy knocked it out of bounds for the throw in, and that's going to send us to our water break. 20 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first half. We get our water break. We're also going to step aside for a break. You're watching the 2A Girls IHSA Soccer State Championship. We're scoreless on CSN Chicago.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
Welcome back to the girls 2A state soccer championship. Nathan Belita and Brian Beto with you, and we are just about halfway through the first half, coming off of the weather-mandated water break. The temperature over 80 degrees. And then we are ready to resume play. It's been back and forth for the most part through the first 20 minutes. Both teams in the last 5 minutes had good opportunities. Triad with a shot from the top of the 18 by Little, and then Fuller's free kick for Wheaton Academy just wide of the post.
Yeah, best two opportunities for either side, and both coming in the last few minutes. So maybe the offense has started to click a little bit more, get a little bit more aggressive, move the ball down the field. We'll see what the second half of this first half brings.
Pearson gets it ahead. Sarah Bricka, sophomore, to Tevens. Knocked down by Seuss. Back from Tevens to Emma Goebel. Middle, little give and go. She's got Pearson to her left. Nice job by Keller to get a leg into that passing lane. Fuller. Goebel. And now the other way. It'll be Rogers out wide right to Ryden. Too far, but they couldn't clear it. However, a foul against Triad will give Wheaton Academy a free kick.
Look out and you see the Wheaton Academy student section, as you mentioned, just down the road. Not far of a drive at all for them to get here, and they came here in bulk, standing up. I see a couple of the blown up heads from some of the players and down there too, so they're doing it right here today.
They're all dressed in white for the most part. You see that student section for the Warriors. They were here last year in 1A, knocked off Marion in the finals. This ball rolls through. It'll be a throw-in. Right back out of bounds and another throw-in. Substitutions for both teams, and that's another thing we've seen throughout the weekend, and this is the 6th of 8 games in the weekend for 2A and 3A. With the weather, nowhere for the sun to go, it's been pretty much constant substitutions in the first 5 games, especially in the second half.
Yeah, you got to stay fresh, and again, both these teams played, you know, just about 24 hours ago, and with that combined with playing yesterday with this weather, you know, it can be difficult to do so. So good job by both coaches trying to stay fresh and get those new legs out there.
Right side, Ryden. Back. Off the pass from Bassler, stolen away. Wheaton Academy getting down the sidelines. Bricka still going towards the end line. Pulls it back, but knocked forward. Now Tevens into the middle of the box, and that's taken away by Bonensteel. Back across midfield. Here it is to Goebel. He mentioned Wheaton Academy's distance for those students, 11 miles from campus to North Central, 259 miles for the Knights of Troy Triad. Little different. Straight up 55 though, you don't have to do anything else. Straight up 55 to the suburbs.
Yeah.
And over into Naperville, that's it.
Part. Can't get lost, right?
That's right.
Enter the game for Wheaton Academy.
Substitution again for Wheaton. And for the first time, number 21, Lizzie Swoboda. Lindquist lost it, knocked out of bounds. They'll stay with Wheaton Academy. Jody Ellis, number 2, sub back in for the Knights. Throw in. Tevens Into space for Lindquist, but Triad gets to it first. Fuller heads it forward. Cetrin couldn't win it. The Knights do. Right side for Chelsea Ryden. Down the sidelines and out of bounds. It's been Wheaton Academy the last 5 minutes since that water break, putting together more consistent offense than the Knights have.
Yeah, you read my mind there. It seems like the ball just has been to our left quite frequently. In the last trip, Stevens with a nice ball towards the middle, led her teammate just a little too far, but they've had some chances. They've gotten deep into that Knight zone, and if you keep pressing, the more and more opportunities you'll get as this first half wanes down.
Ball across midfield as the Warriors are on the attack again, knocked away, and then they get it back on the right side, but nobody at the other end of that pass. Bricka couldn't get there, and Stevens was across the field, forward for the Knights. Look into the middle of the field, they switch it. Chelsea Ryden's got Aaron Little. Little, the pass. Back in for Smith. Now Little sends it in on goal, and the save is made. Wow, she sent that in from 30 yards out. I believe it's going to be a corner, Brian. She hit it, and it hit the football goal post instead of the soccer crossbar. So that's automatically a corner kick and out of bounds. Look at the distance from Little.
I mean, you could not have placed one out there any better than that. Good job by King at the top of her leaf to deflect that. And that was the right play in order to do so. And you're right, it did hit the football crossbar. What an incredible job.
Corner is in, headed towards the end line, stays inbounds. They couldn't get a shot there. I don't think Oster got a hand to that one. It rolled towards the post, and now it's Little turning to Smith. Too far. I think when Little let that ball go, Marta Oster didn't expect she was going to have to make a save, and all of a sudden jumping as high as she could. They don't give us heights on the rosters, but she jumped as high as she could and just did touch that over the bar.
Yeah, and Oster at the top of her leap, like you said, I don't think she was ready to make a save, and good thing she was, because that ball was going in if she didn't go after it.
Here's Little again. Aaron Little scored 2 goals in the regular season and through the playoffs until yesterday. She scored from distance in the semifinal to get them to this game in a 1-0 win, and she almost just put them on top with 15 minutes to go in the first half, which would have given her 2 goals in the state tournament after scoring 2 goals in their first 26 games.
Certainly peaking at the right time, and just perfect placement with that right foot, and almost gave her squad a 1-0 lead here when the majority of the opportunities have come from the opposition.
Here's Little again. And the first 5 minutes was all Troy Triad. The last 5 minutes now have been. And the 20 minutes in between were either a stalemate or were dominated by the Warriors, but neither team has been able to score. And given the overall stats of the two teams, that's not that much of a surprise. Both goalies are very stingy. Oster's allowed 10, Kings allowed 6. And that's it throughout the entire season. It's tough to beat either of these goaltenders. We did not expect a 5-4 shootout type state championship game.
No, we even talked about that before the broadcast. This first half has gone kind of like we thought it might. 2 very evenly matched teams and such great defenses that you didn't expect a ton of scoring, and it's lived up to that billing at least to this point.
The 1A state championship game last weekend went to Quincy Notre Dame, a 4-1 win. They won the semifinal 9-0, so they scored 13 goals in 2 games here at Benedetti Worley Stadium. We're not seeing anything like that in the 2A or in the 3A thus far. And here's a free kick in their own half is Fuller. With the left foot sends it forward. Back near midfield. Stevens with Keller on her. Trying to turn, couldn't, out of bounds. Last touched by Keller, who then went to pick it up, but the linesman had the flag up going the other way. Both teams are trying to sub in, and he will allow Pearson to sub back in for Wheaton Academy, number 20 there on your screen, while Madison Mell, number 5, subbed in to replace Aaron Fanning for the Knights. It was Goebel who left for the Warriors. Throw in. Down the sideline, Pearson sends it into the middle of the field. Official had to dodge that one. Good reflexes to get out of the way by Scott Taylor. Keller, middle of the field to Mel. No red shirts across midfield there, and Fuller plays it back for Wheaton Academy. Southern couldn't get to it. Now it is the Knights charging forward. Megan Smith bumped off the ball, and a foul is called. Fuller came in and made sure that Smith couldn't get any more distance in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was a takedown. She made sure that she wasn't advancing any further.
Yeah, she finished her move right there, didn't she? Shoulder, elbow, hip, everything. Made sure Smith went down. Ball sent into the box by Bonensteel and immediately cleared. They try to get it in again. Smith battling for it in the middle. The Warriors clear out to midfield. Over McNally and sent to the sideline, but too far for Pearson, out of bounds. Keller throw in.
But now that you said it's not going to happen, it's going to happen.
Mel sends it across. The Knights keep it moving into the attacking third. Pearson comes back to get the deflection. Miss hit, and Pearson heads it forward for Stevens, but too high. All the way back to Bonensteel. Little. Out wide. Ryden. Now Keller. Deflected by Stevens, still goes to Ryden. Sends it all the way through for Bassler into the box, left-footed, deflected, and out. There were some appeals from the crowd, those wearing red, for a handball there that it might have hit off of the leg and then the elbow, but no call, and off of that deflection, I'm fine with that, and a throw in coming.
Yeah, that was a great job actually avoiding a handball. That had a lot of velo off that left foot. A great job clearing it to the sideline and out of bounds. That looked to be a pretty darn good chance for Triad. Wheaton Academy, however, is still not out of the woods.
3 substitutions in for the Knights. Ball bounces into the box. Cleared to midfield, except for Mercedes King. The other 21 players are currently on this half of the pitch. That'll change as Stevens intercepts the pass. Triad defenders retreating. Koshek across midfield, trying to get it to Pearson. Couldn't. Bonensteel is holding firm in that back line, and now the race is on for the ball on that far right side. Aaron Fanning will get there before Aaron Stevens. Bonensteel again. They work it across midfield. Looking for Smith. Get it to her. She gets around Koshek, but Fuller was there to knock it away. Now Beach sends it out. Wide left. Smith for Beach. Top of the 18. Out wide for Little, and that's going to roll too far. McNally took one step towards it and realized they could get a goal kick, so she let it roll out of bounds. Two subs in for Wheaton Academy. Lindquist and Bricka both back in. Bricka had a goal in the penalty kick shootout yesterday. 7 makes for the Warriors. They won it in the 12th round. Oster was fantastic. Ball to the edge of the 18, tracking back to win it that time. Cetrin. Throw in. Near midfield. They send it into the middle. Too high for Besserman, and out for another goal kick. Last 4 minutes of the first half. We're scoreless. The 2A state championship game. Pearson sends it back. And McNally hit it too hard. Immediately knew she had mishit that one and sent it out of bounds. 2 subs in for the Knights, Rogers and Wilson, replacing Smith and Ellis.
Along with number 28, Molly Seas.
Keller's throw in, the near sideline, headed out of bounds. Another throw in coming. And another sub coming for Triad. They keep that revolving door of subs, keep players fresh. The high temperatures, they've also got a tent over on the sidelines. Wheaton Academy does not, but Triad's got a tent set up, giving a little bit of shade for those players that are on the bench. Ball sent forward. Bricka couldn't get around Fanning. And now Fanning will send it up the sidelines and got it to Basserman. Little, middle of the field to Seuss. She's working with it, knocked down, and that's going to be a foul against the Warriors. Seuss with the first touch. And got fouled, and that's going to set up a free kick opportunity. Sophomore Sydney Beach. About 35 yards from goal, sends it in just over the crossbar. Good effort from Beach to put that in on goal from distance. And a goal kick as we go under 2 minutes. Stolen. Triad into the middle. Shot rolls across the goal mouth. Besserman has her shot sent to the sidelines and out of bounds. Throw in for the Knights. In for Seuss, bounces over her head, and Fuller gets it towards the sideline and out of bounds. Another throw in. Seuss again. Besserman deflected, out of bounds. That was last touch by the Knights, so a throw in for the Warriors. They make a sub. Hardy is back in for Goebel. Keller heads that out of bounds. Cross midfield. Lindquist couldn't win it. Pearson battling Keller with the last 20 seconds left in the first half. Back to the sideline, Besserman. Stolen by Pearson, sends it forward, middle of the field. Beach has it, and that'll bring the first half to a close. No score, both teams had very good opportunities. Oster made a couple big saves for Wheaton Academy, one that she had to hit off of the football crossbar, another that she saved out of bounds, and then the resulting corner kick was sent wide as well. Meanwhile, Wheaton Academy had a free kick that went just wide of the post by Emerson Fuller. We'll be back and have a talk with the head coaches of the Knights and the Warriors. You're watching Girls 2A Soccer on CSN Chicago.
The IHSA is achievement, focus, creativity, spirit, champions. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
We are scoreless at halftime between Troy Triad and Wheaton Academy. Brian Beto down on the field to talk to the coaches. Brian, take it away.
Thanks, Nate, and thanks, Coach. First half over, still scoreless. It seemed like you guys got more comfortable, more opportunities as the half went on. Can you talk about that first half?
Yeah, we had a lot of nice possession, a lot of nice ball movement, and I felt as the half went on, I think, you know, they played a long game yesterday, and we knew they were going to be tired, and you could see it. And I thought we had a little bit more space there towards the end, but we still weren't dangerous enough around the box. But we were creating opportunities, and hopefully in the second half we'll get one.
Speaking of the second half, anything that you want to change or you'd like to do better in that second half of play?
I don't think so. I think I like the way the girls are playing right now, and I think we just roll with it. And you know, we'll wait and see as the half goes on to make any adjustments. But as of right now, I don't think there's a need for that.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. Stay cool out there.
Yeah, we'll try. Great. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Coach, scoreless at the half. You got to like what you've seen, especially on the defensive end. You talk about the play of the defense and your keeper making a couple of big saves as well.
Yeah, I think we've been strong in the back. You know, we got to find ourselves a little bit in the possession area of the game. We got to start keeping the ball a little bit more. I think we're giving it back to them a little quicker than I'd like, so we're having to defend more than we'd like. Granted, it was good in the defensive shape, but we'll try and keep it a little more and see if we can build and create a couple chances. So,
appreciate the time. Good luck in the second half. Nate, back to you.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Coach. We get ready to start the second half. We are scoreless at North Central, Wheaton Academy, and Troy Triad in the 2A girls final. It's on CSN Chicago.
The IHSA is motivation, effort, innovation, emotion, community. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Welcome back to North Central College as we are scoreless at halftime in the girls 2A state championship between Wheaton Academy and Troy Triad. Let's take a look at the stats for the first half. Shots on goal, Troy Triad 2-1 over Wheaton Academy. Total shots is 4-1 for Triad over Wheaton Academy, so only one effort for Wheaton Academy. It came on the free kick from Emerson Fuller that went just wide. Fouls, pretty even. 5 for Troy Triad in the first half, 4 for the Warriors. And saves, Omarda Oster of Wheaton Academy has made 2 saves. No saves needed yet for Mercedes King, with her defense in front of her not allowing any shots on goal except for the free kick by Fuller in that first half of play. We'll see what adjustments are made in the second half. It's a stalemate so far. Is there a goal to come in regulation in the second half, or are we headed to overtime in the 2A state championship game? Wheaton Academy won the 1A state title last year in overtime. They won the semi and penalty kicks. Troy Triad won the sectional final in penalty kicks, so both teams are tested in penalties if it gets to that. We'll have the second half kickoff when we come back, as you're watching the 2A girls state soccer finals on CSN Chicago.
From the gridiron to the hardwood, on the links or on the track, on the diamond or on the ice. Go to prepfilms.com. It's easy. You can order your DVD online. At prepfilms.com, you make the memories. We'll make them last forever.
We start the second half of the girls' 2A state title game. The Triad bench trying to find a little bit of shade in the breeze. The sun beating down on both teams today. We are scoreless. Nathan Believa, Brian Beto with you. Brian, you got a chance to talk to both coaches. We heard from them there. What'd you take away from those conversations as we start the second half?
Well, I think the Knights are really happy with how the half finished up. You mentioned they came out of the gate pretty strong, but then had somewhat of a lull where it was either a stalemate or the Warriors seemed to have the upper hand. But that changed about halfway through that first half, and I think if they want to keep pressing the way they did in that point in the half, they should be in good shape. They didn't want to change a lot, and I think the same goes for Wheaton Academy. I mean, why change anything? They haven't given up a goal now in the last game and a half, going back to the semis, and they're just looking for that one opportunity, maybe one mistake on the other side to finally put one in the back of the net.
Triad has given up just 1 goal in the postseason, and that came in a 10-1 victory. So you go back for them now. The last 8 games, they've allowed 1 goal. They finished the regular season with back-to-back shutouts. They won the Marion Regional 10-1 over Heron, beat Marion 8-0. Went to my alma mater, Chatham-Glenwood. They beat the defending 2A state champions 3-0. They beat Chatham-Glenwood in a shootout. That game was 0-0 going into the shootout, and then they knocked off Sacred Heart Griffin, who made the Elite 8 for the second year in a row without getting to state. Last year in 1A, this year in 2A, and they won that game 1-0, and the Rochester Super. So they have given up 1 goal, and it came in a 10-1 win. And that's including the last 2 games of the regular season. Ball is sent through here for Megan Smith. Gets the cross. Nobody at the back post, though, and it was cleared out by the Warriors. Sent back in, and that's going to go all the way out. The Warriors, meanwhile, have allowed just 3 goals in the postseason. They didn't leave home until the Supers. They won their own regional by a combined 19-0 over 2 games. They won their own sectional 7-2 over Peyton and 1-0 over Latin. And then in the Concordia University Super in River Forest, they beat Prairie Ridge 2-1, so did give up a goal in the Supers. Won 2-1, and then a 0-0 game through overtime in the semis before winning in penalty kicks.
Yeah, so something's got to give, right? But somebody has to give up a goal at least some point, even if it is in PKs like we saw yesterday.
Mercedes King comes out, touches the ball, but she's not done much at all today except for picking it up to put it down for a goal kick. The one shot on goal the Warriors had was on a free kick that went just inches wide by Fuller. Charging forward here, Troy Triad. Dropping it off was Ellis, gets it into the middle, and back into the box. Smith. Back to Smith. Popped into the air. Fuller. And Besserman on the back, and now it's Little. There's Aaron Tevens, a forward coming all the way back into the defending third to force that ball out of bounds for a throw-in. Smith towards the corner flag. Crossed in. Deflected out, and Wheaton Academy will just clear that ball so they can take a deep breath and reset. Here comes Tevens with speed. Got Pearson in front of her. Goes on the side to Lindquist. Now to Pearson. Quick counterattack by the Warriors. Pearson. Working on Keller. Those two have been going head-to-head all match. The double team over, and Ellis knocked it out of bounds. I don't think she meant to do that, and it'll be a corner for the Warriors.
Yeah, I think Pearson was trying to find a way to somehow garner that corner kick as she looked like she was stuck. Great defense on the back line by the Knights, but a poke check just knocked it out of bounds and did the work for Pearson.
Junior Maddie Keller, number 6 for the Knights, has been very impressive today. One-on-one with Pearson, who scored 57 goals the last 2 years. Corner, punched out and over. I don't know how that didn't find the back of the net. Pearson was there as it went over King on the corner kick. Let's take a look.
Wow, that was about as good as a corner as you can get.
Was chested down by Pearson and then just over everything, right in front of the goal. You won't see her miss from that range very often at all. I'll mention 57 goals the last 2 years, 28 last year, including 2 here in the state finals, which came in the semifinal game, and then 29 this year.
And she just missed, I mentioned on the broadcast open, the game winner in double OT yesterday. Hit the crossbar. This one sails over the crossbar, just got exactly underneath it to sky it on over, but it looked like the Warriors are about taking the 1-0 lead, but still scoreless. Here we are.
Pearson working on Keller and knocked out of bounds. I called the semis on the IHSA TV stream yesterday, and she hit the crossbar in that overtime. The goal rattled for a few seconds. It was still bouncing as the play continued on. That's how hard she hit it. And it just kept swinging back and forth. Lindquist has it knocked away by Beach, but it goes towards the corner. Bricka towards the end line. Both players go down, play on, and then Lindquist keeps it in bounds. They work it back towards Pearson, who turns the corner, sends it into the box for Tevens. Back to the middle, and finally cleared. A few chances for the Warriors last couple of minutes. Koshik sent it all the way through, and that'll roll out of bounds for a throw-in. Very active first 7 minutes of the second half in both ends. Tevens steals the throw-in for Pearson, who couldn't turn. Keller was on her hip and denied positioning. Hardy trying to chase, get it away from Besserman, knocked out, and a throw-in for the Warriors.
Yeah, you said it, a lot of action in that first half. Felt like a lot of it was in the middle third of the field, but so far this half, about 7.5 minutes in, it's been at both ends of the field.
Pearson double-teamed, had it knocked away. Kaylee Gibbs helping out Keller this time. It'll be a throw-in for the Warriors. McNally will come up to take the throw. They've got 3 in the box. Pearson, Bricka, and Lindquist. Tevens is over on the sideline to give a short throw. She's going to launch it into the box, headed away. Besserman. They work it forward, knock back off of Bassler, and McNally launches it towards the box. Into the 18, Bricka brings it down, still has it. Sets it up, shot is in and wide left for Erin Tevens. Couple subs in for the Knights. Tevens, her first shot. See Coach Jeff Brook on the sideline for Wheaton Academy. Longtime boys coach for the Warriors. He's brought back 3 trophies on the boys' side, and will have a trophy to bring back the 11 miles to Wheaton Academy after this one. We'll see if it's first or second. The other trophy heads about 300 miles southwest down I-55 Detroit Triad.
Be a long trip. It'll be a much shorter one if they bring home the first place trophy, however, though, right?
That's right. Throw in for Bricka. Sent into the box, but well left from McNally. I can lead them about halfway down 55.
There you go.
I'll turn off to Peoria, and they got to go the rest of the way on their own.
You've made that trip a few times, so have I.
Just a few.
No mountainous views, but very straight line, like we said. Love that.
Goal kick hit by Pearson, and that ball just rolled across the middle. Nobody went for it. Little gets it onto the right side, comes back to her. Little give and go towards the corner. And Chelsea Ryden was not able to save that ball in bounds, and a throw in for the Warriors looking for Lindquist. Lindquist had the championship winner last year in overtime in 1A for the Warriors. They're used to these type of games here at North Central College. Middle of the field for Megan Smith. Knocked away. Pearson sends it forward looking for Bricka. Didn't find its way through. They won the semi last year over Alton Marquette 3-0, and then the overtime winner, the shootout winner, and the semi this year. Little sends it to the right side. Into the middle of the box for Bassler. Tried to turn, sent across, and nobody at the back post. That ball will roll all the way through and out of bounds for a throw-in. Looked like that ball was going to go out for a goal kick the entire way, and just stayed parallel with that end line and right out of bounds.
Yeah. Triad will certainly take that break, keeping it down in the zone, even though they'll get a free kick. Wheaton Academy right here to try to boot it further down.
Commit the foul that will set up a free kick for Fuller. Left-footed boot towards midfield, intercepted by Smith. Sends it way out right for Ridden. Beach got it to Little, now back over to Bonensteel. Beach for Smith, back to Beach. Fuller knocked it away. Keller with Pearson chasing it. It's been the opposite most of the game. Keller chasing Pearson. Now Bricka gets around a defender and a second. Sends it through to Tevens. Nice ball. Tevens into the box. Left-footed shot. Saved by King. Wow. What a ball that Bricka put through for Tevens, and King comes up with a big save to keep the shutout.
Well, that one play encompassed why these two teams are in the state championships. You meant Bricka with just a tremendous pass. Good stop, good shot attempt, and King, who hasn't had to do a whole lot back there, comes out and makes a tremendous save, doesn't really allow a rebound either, and keeps this one scoreless.
A foul called against Wheaton Academy near midfield. So Bonensteel put it through. And Bricka got around the first defender and immediately knew where Tevens was going to be going down that left side and sent a perfect through ball. Oster with the punt, headed by Smith, and now Cetron. Lindquist could not get it away from Beach. Little gets it out wide right. Chelsea Ridden. Back into the middle of the field for Megan Smith. Little give and go with Ellis. Didn't get there, cleared to the sideline, throw it. 3 subs for Triad, 1 for the Warriors. Katie Rogers and Jordan Wilson both back in. Also 5, Madison Mell back in. Beach went out with Besserman.
Returns to the game.
Middle of the field, Lindquist couldn't get to it. Little from distance, well wide right. And another sub in for the Knights. Kaylee Gibbs back in, replacing Schlemmer, who had just come in a couple minutes ago. So keeping that revolving door. They know we're about 4 minutes or so away from another water break with the IHSA mandate. The temperature well over 80 degrees here in Naperville, and on that turf even hotter down on the field, which, Brian, you got to taste of at halftime. Yeah.
Yep. And I was only down there for 3 to 5 minutes.
Throw in here for the Warriors. And you were standing still the entire time, too. You weren't running across 120 yards.
Still sweat. I can't hang anymore.
Koshek had her clearance deflected and goes back to the middle of the field to Fuller. Lindquist off the deflection. Little heads it for Keller. Bricka chasing, deflects it, keeps it in bounds, but nobody there in a white shirt. So Ellis sends it down the field. Rogers, and Oster's going to come out and win it, and she gets run over. No call at all.
Ow.
Wow. You don't see that often where a goalie gets knocked over and there's no call for any kind of foul. Bonensteel.
Yeah, I mean, we're not right down the field, but from our vantage point, I am surprised, like you, that nothing was called in that situation.
King punts it out. Oster came out to play the ball. Let's see it here, Brian. Oster's outside of the box. Yeah, jumped in and kind of followed through with the hip and sent her out. I think that's a foul on anybody, but.
Yep. Nothing malicious, just it just happened. But at the same time, a lot of fouls are incidental contact, so probably should have been a whistle blown, but here we are.
No harm done
as a
result of it either way. She wasn't hurt, and there was no advantage given on the play. She did clear the ball out, so. Still scoreless, 22 minutes and change to go. Here's a foul against the Warriors on Fuller that'll give Triad a free kick near the right sideline, about 30 yards from goal and way out to the right side. Gibbs sends it in. Got past the first wave of players and now cleared out. Lindquist trying to chase it down, could not. Back out wide left for Besserman, cuts into the middle. Molly Seuss. Bassler turns, still working with the ball. Middle of the field, Smith poked away and Fuller clears it all the way across midfield. Good defense in the back line. Both these teams have been impressive. That time it was the Warriors' turn to deny a shot opportunity.
And that looked like a good opportunity for the Knights, but great defense, just able to poke it away. They were squared up right on the 18 center stage, just weren't able to pull the trigger, and great defense by the Warriors.
Nell sends it across, trying to switch fields and find Jordan Wilson, but it was intercepted, and now the Warriors get it back. Pearson trying to chase it, and it's just sent to the sideline, kept in bounds by Besserman. Nicely done, got it to Mel. Seuss gets it. Basserman down the left side for Bassler. Keller. Bassler again. Pearson kind of bumped her off the ball, knocked it away, and it's cleared out near midfield. Turning was Besserman. She couldn't do anything with it. Now Seuss in the middle of the field. Right side. To the sideline and out of bounds. Whistle, and there is our water break. Halfway through the first half of play. Water break mandated by the IHSA. Given the temperature, we're still scoreless with just under 20 minutes to go. You're watching IHSA Soccer on CSN Chicago.
The IHSA is achievement, focus, creativity, spirit, champions. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Welcome back to the Class 2A Girls Soccer State Championship. It is scoreless between Wheaton Academy and Troy Triad, and there's Mercedes King of the Knights. The big save for Triad here in the second half. Both goalies have had one big save in this game. Oster tipped the ball over and off the crossbar in the first half, and King made the save in the second half on Aaron Tevens.
Yeah, keepers have been great, true to form. We highlighted King in the open, and every once in a while the players make us look okay, and they did that by King making a remarkable save in that just a few moments ago, but not to be outdone, like you mentioned, by Oster, who made a couple of terrific plays in that first half, including one of punching one over the crossbar to keep it scoreless at the time being, and still here we are at the midway point of the second half.
I don't know what it is about this goal that is to our right that King is defending right now for Triad. That's where all the action's been in both halves that have made the goalies have to make any moves. The shots that have come at the other end have been either just wide to the left or have been knocked down by the defenders before they get through on goal. All the saves have kind of good scoring opportunities have come here to the goal that's on our right from the press box.
It's like the soccer equivalent when they say there's a lid on that basket in basketball. They can't get it through to the back of the net.
Triad on the attack now across midfield with Molly Seuss going to the right sideline. She wants it back. She gets it back. And they play a nice little give and go down that right side, so it was finally knocked out of bounds by Emma Goebel. Middle of the field for Smith. To Madison Mell, back to Seuss. Poke through, trying to get it to Bassler, and it was cleared away. Stevens to the sideline and out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Knights. See Coach Brook of the Warriors there in front of his bench. He's kind of been pacing throughout the afternoon. We've seen him on both ends of the bench and squatting. Matt Betlak, he hasn't moved much. He's at that same pose, arms folded right there next to the cone pretty much the entire 60 minutes that have been played so far. Stevens trying to win it, could not. Bonensteel with the boot forward. Now it's Smith. Turning, pulls it back, middle of the field. And could not get around Lindquist, who then gets it with a full head of steam going forward, trying to get it through to Pearson. Too far though, and King will come off her line and easily scoop that up. Big boot from King. Bounce across midfield. Swoboda went up to try to win that for the Warriors, then Goebel lost it. Mel sends it back to Bonensteel. Besserman with Swoboda on her back, tries to cross, switch fields, knocked away. Good defense by Izzy McNally. She keeps on going across midfield, plenty of space. 4-on-4 here. She works around a defender, lets the shot go, and another save by King. Falls to the feet of Pearson. Pearson back to McNally. Knocked away. Down goes McNally. Still down. Lindquist lost it to Seuss. I think McNally hit her face on the turf, and she is mad at the linesman. But there's no call. Now the flag is up on the sideline for this official.
Might have a bloody nose,
clock
maybe?
is stopped. I wonder, looks like we do have a bloody nose. And she's wiping her hand off. This official is calling for the trainer, the sideline official was. And she might need a little more assistance. Went down, she was in the box, hit her face on the turf. They'll have the trainer have a look, and Coach Brook now walking across. What another fantastic save by Mercedes King. McNally just kept on going, a defender, and she really blasted that shot with the right foot.
That was a great run by McNally, showcasing her speed, and then that right foot, the blast, as you reference, as we get another look, as she's heading off to the sideline, and I think kind of lulled her defender with the hesitation, blew past her, and then fired an absolute shot at the net, but King right there ready for her to knock it away, and then just a few seconds later, hit the turf pretty hard. I think Wheaton Academy wanted some sort of whistle with her inside the box, didn't get it. And as a result, Triad will have a chance to clear it away.
Yeah, she's still getting some assistance over there on the sideline. Coach Brooks on the field talking to the main official, Scott Taylor. I think he wants to know why it is Triad's ball, and now it's back in play as they send the free kick in. McNally is on the bench getting looked at. We'll see when she comes back in. It was cleaning both her face and then her hand. The trainer having a look. So a couple different things there for the trainer to check out. See if they can get her back into the game sooner rather than later. Pearson. And back the right side, and Pearson couldn't keep that in bounds. Ready for the throw in is Keller. Looked like a shoulder to the face and then bounced off the turf as well. Obviously put her hand down to brace it. And was looking at that, sent in for Stevens all the way through to King.
Yeah, that's just a tough break because she did all the right things, made a great play, stuck with Wheaton after the great save by King, and unfortunately just took one to the nose. Hopefully she'll be able to continue or at least come back in. We'll see if she's getting worked down on the sidelines because what a great effort by McNally on that run.
Keller knocked away from her by Pearson and out of bounds. Almost a miscommunication there by Keller and Bonensteel on who was going to take that ball, and Gretchen Pearson nearly snuck between them and took it herself. Here's a header by Lindquist that's going to go all the way through for a goal kick. Last 15 minutes of action here. They're still dumping water on the hands of McNally, and the fourth official just walked over and told them that they needed to go back on the track because they were standing too close to the field of play. Here is Stevens charging through. Shot is wide left. Another good effort from the Warriors, and Stevens broke through and latched onto the ball in the box, but just missed wide.
We saw the last couple of chances for Wheaton Academy developing. We didn't see that necessarily here as it falls in the lap of Stevens and using her speed. Had a decent look at it, but King cuts off the angle and she misses wide left.
There were just 3 balls on the field at the same time. King had to go clear one behind the goal, kicked one over to the ball boy on the side, now puts the third one in play. It's like a pinball machine when they all just come flying at you.
They figured she's too good with one ball back in there. She's got to try to stop all 3 now.
Charging through. Bassler trying to get it, and a collision, and that'll be a foul on Bassler. She took down Kochek after the ball was cleared out of play. And it'll be a free kick for Wheaton Academy. You did see Wheaton on that last attack. The Warriors kind of changed things up. They blasted a few balls at King. Stevens did. Pearson went over with one, and McNally with that last one. On the very last shot attempt, Stevens tried to chip her instead of blasting it at full speed and just missed it wide left. But a little change there. She figured, all right, I gave her the fastball once, and now come with something off speed and tried to drop it over the top and into the corner and just missed to the left.
Yeah, worth a shot because we've seen some of those fastballs come at King, and she's been ready for them and has been able to deflect them away and prevent any rebound opportunities. So tried something a little bit different, tried to finesse it in to that weak side post, and just a little too much to the left, unfortunately for her.
Lindquist out, Hardy back in. Sarah Bricka also back in. She's been very effective in attack in this game for the Warriors. 11.5 minutes to go in regulation. Megan Smith taken away and kicked out of bounds. A throw in for the Knights. Into the box, Koshik heads it. Beach drops it backwards. Gibbs.
Me too.
And cleared out of bounds again. Another throw in.
That's what's annoying.
Nice working that sideline. Gibbs with the throw. Middle of the field, flicked on. Little pulls it back. And her pass is deflected all the way out to midfield. Bricka trying to win it. And that's out of bounds off of Triad. Last touch by Fanning. So we switch ends quickly, and Pearson will look to keep the attack going with the throw in. For Bricka. Back to Pearson, too hard, and off her foot and out of bounds. So kind of a wasted opportunity there for the Warriors. Keller's throw. Pearson steals it. Gets shoved, but is still going with the ball. They'll play advantage. Dribbles across into the box for Pearson. Leaves it for Stevens. And deflected back to the keeper. So Pearson went left to try that avenue, but they shut it down, and King with the boot.
A good job by King to kind of mirror her defender and make sure that they didn't travel past the end line for a corner. Cleared it out quickly.
A foul here on Besserman as she was battling with Southern. Fuller will come up to take the free kick. Fuller over Pearson and out of bounds. Last touch by Keller, so a throw in for the Warriors. And here is McNally to sub back in. She replaces Swoboda. And you see the nose there of McNally, and they've got the treatment on her face to block that bloody nose. Smith, 1-on-4. Gets some help now on the right side. Cuts it back on McNally. Stevens got a foot to it and knocked it out of bounds. Smith crossed midfield there and looked up and saw nothing but white shirts. Waited for a little bit of help. Triad throw in, 8 minutes to play. Gibbs. And that one.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
Rolls out of bounds. Hit right off of Cetrin, as you referenced, and that's a ball into the box. A chance here for the Knights. Rolls through the 18 and out of bounds. Besserman picks it up for the throw-in. Into Beach, knocked out for a corner kick with 7:20 to play. Opportunity here for the Knights. Besserman will set up for the corner. They've got 7 players in the box. Every white shirt is back. Corner kick coming in. Deflected. Shot is saved. Oster. Great chance there for the Knights. And Oster clears it to midfield. Take a look at that. It was Gibbs. It hit off her teammate.
Wow.
Hit off of Bassler and just went right into the hands of Oster. Bricka chasing this one now towards the end line. Out of bounds. And that'll be a corner at the other end. So the Warriors win a corner. See if they can take advantage. Triad nearly took the lead a minute ago on their own corner. Now 6 minutes to play.
Keepers have been magnets. Somehow find Oster. Let's see what if Wheaton Academy can capitalize at the other end.
Hardy sends it in. Ball drops to the feet of Fuller. She could not get it past King, who then went down and tried to get a foul called.
Perfectly placed.
Yeah, Fuller came through and kind of a LeBron-style dive for King there after the save was made.
You know, I love that reference.
Foul called against the Warriors, and near midfield, a free kick for Bonensteel. Little. Out wide right. Stevens got a foot to it. Still working, though, is Kaylee Gibbs into the corner on McNally. And
wow,
McNally jumped, and she tried to send it all the way through, but knocked it out of bounds. Nutmegged her in the corner as McNally jumped in the air.
Very athletic play to anticipate. Knew that they were going to try to bounce it off of her and head for a corner, but quick reaction time, jumps over the top and makes it a goal kick for her squad.
She'll take the goal kick as well, out near midfield. Gibbs saves it inbounds on the sideline. Ellis could not keep it inbounds, though, and it'll be a throw-in for the Warriors, coming down on 4 minutes to play in regulation. They steal the throw-in. Ellis for Gibbs. Forward, charging after it is Bassler, but too much steam on that pass, and it's gonna roll on through for a goal kick. McNally will come back and take that. .340 left to play. Midfield. Looking for Pearson, but too much into the middle field off of that pass by Lindquist. Besserman. Pass deflected. Now Smith will get a foot to it. Keller sends it forward. Bassler turns. Out wide right, too far, and McNally is there. Middle of the field for Fuller. Across midfield. Out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Knights with 2:30 to play. Besserman into the box, cleared. Bricka back to win it. Knocked away. Lindquist.
Had some success with their counters in the open field. Let's see if they can do something here.
Pearson gets it through. Bricka offsides. Flag is up on the near sideline. The middle official hadn't seen it. Safe to say the Warriors fans did not care for that offsides flag.
What tipped you off?
Yeah. They'll move that all the way up. She was going to take the free kick from the 18. They can move it up about 5 yards from there. Last 90 seconds of regulation. Neither team's allowed a goal in free play here at all. Sam Bassler, middle of the box, and just couldn't get a foot to that. Bonensteel sends it back. Beach. 1 minute to play. Beach from way out, and that'll roll through for a goal kick. If there's not a goal in the next 55 seconds, the way high school IHSA overtime works, we'll play an extra 20 minutes. There's no golden goal. It'll be 2 10-minute halves. They'll switch sides after 10 minutes. No matter how many goals are scored, we play that entire 20 minutes, still tied after that. That's when we go to the penalty kicks. Both teams have had success in the penalty kicks in the postseason. They'll have a whistle. They'll move her back on the throw-in. 20 seconds and the last chance for the Warriors. And they have it in the middle. Little Has it knocked towards Smith, and we'll have overtime. So overtime will come up to decide the 2A state championship. Wheaton Academy and Troy Triad, they put 5 minutes on the clock here before we will start the overtime. So 5-minute break is what they're going with the heat conditions here today to get us ready for overtime. And again, Brian, will have 10 minutes of overtime. Then there'll be a break like halftime, switch sides. Another 10 minutes. All 20 of that will be played. Even if there's a goal 5 seconds in, we'll go all 20 of that. Still tied at the end of 20. Gets us to penalty kicks. And that's how we'll set up now. Last year, Wheaton Academy in overtime in the 1A state finals. They got a goal from number 14, Sophie Lindquist. And they got that goal 6 minutes and 7 seconds into the first overtime. Pearson assisted, Lindquist scored, and that ended up being the 1A state championship for Wheaton Academy.
Yeah, I do remember that, and it's interesting because you look at 0-0, and the defenses have been great as we expected, but it's not like there weren't opportunities for either side down the stretch to get that first goal. What it ultimately would have been the state championship winning goal, but give credit to the keepers. They've been at the right place at the right time. They've both made some terrific saves going back to the first half and going all the way down to the last couple of minutes of regulation. So here we are. We're going to overtime. Like you said, neither team is stranger to this type of game and this type of scenario. Wheaton Academy did it just yesterday and, of course, advanced in PKs. So eerily similar experience for them, just different jersey colors on the other side.
The way the 2A tournament is unfolded, you mentioned Wheaton Academy winning in penalty kicks yesterday in the semifinals. 7-6 in 12 rounds. Then Troy Triad scored 5 minutes in, a goal from Aaron Little. They beat Burlington Central by a 1-0 final. Third place game, which was played prior to this one here at Benedetti Worley Stadium, saw Lamont take a 1-0 lead, but then they ended up in the second half getting 3 red cards. 2 of those were yellow cards that had amassed on players throughout the game. Their goalkeeper got a straight red card off a collision in the box, and Burlington Central scored 3 goals, 1 a penalty kick off that red card to the goalie, and then 2 others. So they won third place, Burlington Central 3-1. In 2A, the state championship being decided now. 3A will follow. New Trier has won 3 straight state championships. They will be taking on Barrington, a rematch of a regular season contest in which the Phillies knocked off the Trevians 1-0 in the Naperville Invite on April 28th. And about 6 weeks later, they will play again with the ultimate prize on the line, a state championship. Downers Grove North and Collinsville were the other 2 finalists in state. They'll play for third place. So Quincy Notre Dame won the 1A state title last week. They won the semifinal 9-0. They beat Normal U-High 4-2 in the state championship game, scoring 4 goals to win that 1A state title. Here in either overtime or in penalty kicks, we'll have the 2A state champion in New Trier and Barrington for the 3A state title to wrap up the girls' IHSA soccer season. See what adjustments are made, if any, the way, Brian, that this second half went. Constant substitutions, mostly by the Knights, but even the Warriors made some subs in at time. Usually the Knights would have 2 or 3 ready to come in on just about every 4 or 5 minute dead ball. We'll see if they keep doing that here over the first 10 minutes of the overtime.
Yeah, we talked about the keeping the fresh legs on the field, but also it speaks to, and we reference this as well, the depth of the Knights and the balanced attack that they've had all year. And obviously the same goes for the Warriors too, but a slew of substitutions by the Knights. It'll see what rotation they go with, how heavy they're going to be with the subs, knowing that they'll get at least a minor break at the midway point of this automatic 2 overtime 20-minute halves. And I don't expect to be a lot of changes on either side because, like we said, both teams have had chances deep in their opposition zone, right at the net, just haven't quite been able to finish, coupled with some great goalkeeping play. And that's what brought us to where we're at, a very evenly matched state championship game we've seen so far here this afternoon.
We are ready to start the overtime, the first 10-minute period coming up. The Knights in red kick off. Aaron Little gets it out wide left. Beach. Gibbs sends it in. Bassler towards the box. Koshek knocks it back. Lindquist clears, and now Gibbs again. Far sideline. Ellis couldn't get to it, out of bounds. Lindquist sends it down the sideline. The race is on. Fanning and Bricka. Bricka, middle of the field to Lindquist, who turns. She has Tevens. Tevens sends it back into the middle, too far. Cleared all the way out now for Besserman. McNally got in her way and then got shoved to the ground. A foul against the Knights. McNally got there first and then took the brunt of that, and she'll let Fuller take this free kick. Fuller sends it in towards the box, over the head of Lindquist. Back to Fuller. She sends it in again, trying to switch fields, get it to Pearson. Ball headed towards the box, and Tevens over her head. And King will pick it up. Good defense by Gibbs, would not give Tevens any position in the box.
Yeah, really good defense. The Warriors were really patient, trying to find it in deep into the zone, but like you said, just really good defense by the Knights to not give them any chance whatsoever.
Megan Smith has it taken away. McNally, and cleared out of bounds. Throw in for the Warriors. McNally gets it back in for Tevens. Lindquist had it taken away. Little sends it into the box. Oster will have it roll right to her. Bassler knocked it back towards Smith, battling with Lindquist. Ball deflected. Back across midfield. Beach for Little. Little slides it through. Shot from distance by Smith is well off to the left for a goal kick. 2 subs in for the Knights.
Returning to the Lady Knights lineup is number 20, Katie
Seuss and Rogers are in.
Two teams got to be exhausted. You look at what the Wheaton Academy had to do yesterday with the 2 overtimes and the PKs, and of course the heat today and going into overtime, and haven't had a ton of action so far. Been somewhat of a stalemate here in this first overtime. See if it picks up as it moves on.
Goal kick for McNally. Cutting back in. Pearson charging through. Lost it. Seuss gets around a defender, and then Fuller just clears it back upfield. That somehow stays inbounds all the way down into the corner. Stevens can't get there. Almost got to that ball. I don't know how it stayed in, rolling down the sideline.
Returning for the Warriors is number 15.
Substitution for the Warriors. Stevens will head out here. Maggie Lichty subbed in. Seuss turns. Slides it through. Nice ball. That's Ellis. Ellis into the box. Still going. And it floats through to Oster off of the deflection. Lindquist for Pearson, middle of the field. Keller knocked it away. Now Pearson again. Lindquist gets knocked over right in front of the official. He went play on since they had the ball, and it rolls out. It'll be a goal kick. Lindquist was looking for the call, and he let it go since Pearson had it. And a goal kick. 4 minutes to go in the first 10-minute overtime period. The 2A state championship game, which is scoreless. Rogers battling for it, couldn't get there. Now turning and bumped off the ball is Anna Southard, and then a free kick for the Warriors, which Fuller will take.
We're about at the point where Wheaton Academy scored the championship winning goal a year ago in the 1A game. Let's see if they can put together some sort of rally after this free kick.
Fuller cleared. McNally will settle. Left-footed towards the box, gets it over the line. Lindquist couldn't get to it. Beach sends it out of bounds. And a throw in. Wheaton Academy is trying to switch sides. That one's going to go out of bounds, though, before Pearson can get there. They'll sub in 2 will the Knights.
Return to the game for the Lady Knights is number 5, Madison Bell, along with number 23, Sierra Schumer.
Lindquist could not get to it. Rogers. Now it's Fuller, sends it forward, looking for Bricka. Headed away. Little couldn't settle. Southard. McNally trying to switch it for Bricka. Race on to the sidelines, and Fanning clears it out of bounds.
Julio, you've been doing the show how long? And
Pearson working against Keller. That's been the matchup all game long. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Pearson, and Keller wins it again. Bricka to Pearson, lets it go through. Lindquist gets it taken away by Seuss and cleared towards midfield. McNally into the box for Bricka. King has to come up to win it, and she does.
The Warriors been operating deep in Triad territory, but quite a boot by King to help clear it down to the other side.
Ball hit her own teammate trying to clear it. It hit Fuller. Rolled back into the box. Koshek clears it. Out to Pearson. Pearson double teamed and could not keep that in bounds. Sideline as this ball will roll out of bounds.
Returning to the game is number 7, Emma Goebel.
Emma Goebel subs in, a whistle, and he wants her to move back about 10 yards. Nice try. 12 seconds left in the first part of overtime. First 10 minutes are going to be just like the 80 minutes of regulation, scoreless. So we'll take a break. They'll switch sides, and then we'll either have a goal in the next 10 minutes or multiple goals and a winner in the next 10 minutes, or we will have penalty kicks to decide the 2A state championship. Take a look. The last time 2A was decided by penalty kicks just 3 years ago. Lake Forest knocked off Normal West in penalty kicks 2-1. It happened when Troy Triad won their other title, or their only title to this point, 2011. They beat Woodstock Marion in penalty kicks. That's back when there were 4 overtimes instead of 2 before penalty kicks. And let's see, Mantino won the 1A in 09 over Alton Marquette in penalty kicks. So those are the 3 in the yearbook with the PK notation next to them. A few others that have been decided in overtimes, but those are the ones that are notated as penalty kicks in the girls' state finals. And Triad won a sectional final in penalty kicks. Wheaton Academy won yesterday in the semis on penalty kicks, so both teams have had some success there.
Yeah, neither team with much of a chance offensively in that first overtime. We saw a couple of run-outs with the keepers having to get their hands on the ball, but nothing too serious. I don't want to say these teams are resigned the fact that they're going to go to PKs, but neither team really able to garner control in that first overtime, and if we get more of the same in the second, it seems like that's where this one might be headed, but anything can change, and we've seen some run-outs and some quick counters by Wheaton Academy and some chances in regulation by Triad obviously as well, and we'll see if either team tries to turn up the aggression offensively just a notch in the second overtime, or if they just want to keep playing it the way they have and take their chances at penalty kicks.
The way these goalies have played, you may not have anybody scoring penalty kicks either.
That's very, very true. Might have to push back the 3A day, another game when PKs with keepers have been playing.
We're ready to start the second 10-minute overtime period as the teams switch sides. Wheaton Academy with the kickoff. They'll send it deep through McNally to the box, and King will grab it. Collision at midfield. And a play on. Bricka heading it. Pearson trying to win it towards the corner. And then gets knocked over. Both go down, no call. They both get right back up, and it's kicked out of bounds. Keller and Pearson have been going at it for the better part of 90 minutes already. In for Bricka. Pearson sends a cross to the box. Cleared out before it got to Tevens, and then Smith got a header to it. Koshik sends it back in. Bounces through Tevens. Bricka trying to chase it out, and that's going to be hit out for a corner by Fanning, and an opportunity here for Wheaton Academy. Tevens will go out to take the corner. Tevens sends it in. Headed back in. Pearson couldn't get to that. King went to punch it and missed it. Aaron Little headed it out. And they could not get a shot on that corner. 3 subs for the Knights. They'll reset with 8 minutes to play on the goal kick. Lindquist heads it. Seuss on the right side. Knocked it back.
How long is OT?
For Gibbs. Gibbs trying to launch it to Bassler. Does. Bassler keeps it in bounds. Middle of the field. Beach. Could not get around her defender. Tevens tried to cross it, took a bounce off the turf, went to Pearson. Pearson sprinting towards the box, lets a shot go, and King is there again. Pearson let that one go just outside the box. She finally got a little bit of daylight.
Yeah, she did, and she put a good shot on net as we get another look, and had something on it just right at King. It bounced away from her momentarily, but not nearly far away enough for a rebound attempt. And good effort by Pearson. Want to get it on the net here, and if you don't score, give your teammate a chance to punch it in, but not the case, as King was up to the challenge once again.
Bassler sends it backwards. Little. Seuss. Now Gibbs. Smith. McNally clears it all the way across midfield. King.
Are you hearing that? Because that's basically what's happening. Okay.
Tevens jumping through, wins it. Now Bricka. Into the box and cleared out. Get the ball into the box against either of these teams. That's almost like a win at that point.
I know. Keep score based on that.
McNally's going to have it on the far side at midfield. Sends it for Pearson. She'll latch onto this at the end of the box with Keller on her. Pulls it back. Dancing with the ball towards the end line and deflected out of bounds for another corner kick. This is the corner they nearly scored from in the second half, where it flew through to Pearson and she missed from point-blank range over the top.
Yeah, just near that weak side, far side post. Missed everyone, found that red part of that end zone, and Pearson was right there.
It's in. Deflected towards the back post and all the way out of the 18. And Pearson and Bonensteel fighting for it. It rolls out of bounds. Last touched by Triad. Throw in. Cleared by Beach. Too far for Bassler, and it rolls out of bounds. Throw in for Bricka. Pearson got a foot to it. Lindquist brings it down. Lindquist into the box. Rolling through. Sent all the way back in. King out, couldn't reach it. It bounced over her head, rolls out of bounds. That's one of those turf bounces. Just went too high for King. But no damage done.
And they had a couple opportunities. They somehow centered it toward the middle, and can't believe there was no deflection that resulted in a corner, but unfortunately for Wheaton Academy, nobody home to try to put it home.
Moving forward, McNally. McNally still going, top of the box, collision, no call.
She's getting the rough end of a couple of no calls on this one, that's for certain.
Bricka to Fuller, and back the other way. Now it is Bassler. Bassler sends it to the right. Two and a half minutes to play, or we have penalty kicks to decide the 2A state title. Throw in for Stevens. The second overtime has been all Wheaton Academy, but still scoreless. King will come out and grab the ball. Even they getting it just across midfield with more than one person on the attack in the second overtime period for Triad. Lindquist battling Little. Smith has it deflected away. And then Bricka couldn't get anything to it. Beach has it for Seuss. Little. Headed back across midfield. Bricka. Little. Now Seuss, 90 seconds to play. Right side, back to Seuss. It goes into the box. McNally's just gonna use her body to defend the ball there and make sure that it couldn't get through. And actually that was Cetrin, not McNally. And there come a couple of subs in for the Knights. Before McNally will take this free kick in the last minute of overtime. And out of bounds. Be a Knights throw in with 45 seconds left. Headers back and forth between Keller and Swoboda. Out of bounds. Swoboda with a throw in. 20 seconds left, and she picked up about 10 yards on that throw in, so the whistle is going to make them do it again. Swoboda with the second throw in. Now 10 seconds left.
9, 8, 7, 6,
so through 100 minutes of action, neither team scores. And the 2A state title will be decided by penalty kicks at Benedetti Worley Stadium here at North Central College. And the goalies so far, Brian, have been fantastic today. Mercedes King for Triad, Marta Oster for the Warriors, and now they're going to be asked to win it by making saves in the penalty kicks.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny to think that, you know, the two key players are going to be asked to do it again, but more frequently in the way they've played so far, and they've made some terrific saves. And it's just unfortunate that one of these keepers is going to be at the losing side, because they're both the reason, or one of the main reasons, I should say, why they're even in this spot is making some terrific plays, both through the first half, second half, even in overtimes in that second one too. We saw some nice keeper plays. So it's a bummer that somebody's going to end up on the wrong end, but they both deserve the victory. And same goes with these defenses, and it'll be interesting to see Wheaton Academy, who was in this very same spot yesterday in the semis, see how they handle it again here today. And you mentioned Triad with some experience and PKs in this tournament as well.
Oster made one save in the penalty kicks yesterday. There were 5 misses, so we'll see how they line up today. We've got the penalty kicks set up between the Warriors and the Knights. We're ready to get the penalty kicks underway. Wheaton Academy, Izzy McNally will go first. She made 2 in the semifinals. Her kick is high and wide, no good. And really not close either. McNally made 2 in the state semifinals. They took 12 kicks. She made 2. Lindquist made 2. And now it is Katie Rogers, a sophomore forward who came off the bench today. And she misses wide, so no score after 1 round of penalty kicks.
Yeah, you have to be so fine with these great keepers who have had great instincts, great athleticism, agility between the posts, and neither team able to capitalize so far.
Here's Lindquist. She made 2 yesterday in the semis. Over the top. 3 kicks so far, and none have been put on goal. And now it is number 11, Sam Bassler, a senior forward. Play at Columbia College in Missouri for college soccer against Marta Oster. That's in. First one is made by the Knights. Sam Bassler, 1-0 after 2 rounds.
Yeah, Bassler just able to put it on net. Oster, again, it's a guess, and she just guessed wrong in that spot, and Triad strikes first.
Senior midfielder Maggie Leichty, she scored yesterday. Gets an opportunity here so far. 1-0 for Triad. Leichty puts it in. They finally put one on goal, and they score. We're even.
That was a terrific shot. Top shelf to the left, and nothing King could do to save that one.
Senior midfielder Megan Smith will play at UIC. Chance to restore the lead. And she does. Went to her right, to Oster's left. Oster couldn't reach it, and it's 2-1 for Emerson Fuller.
That time Oster guessed right. Just a great shot out over the outstretched arms of Oster. Really nothing she could do there, and Triad makes it 2 in a row.
Fuller missed as the first kicker yesterday in the shootout. Her shot here is in. She sent the keeper the wrong way. Went to her left and slotted it in. 2-2.
Dekes out King a little bit. And again, puts it on net. Everything that's been put on net has gone in. It's so difficult even for these two keepers to save.
Here's Becca Bird, a sophomore defender who didn't long many minutes today. Throughout the game, her kick saved. Oster comes up with the big save. And now we're effectively into sudden death. It's 2-2 heading into the 5th round. That means Gretchen Pearson for Wheaton Academy. I believe it's Molly Seuss who is left for Troy Triad on this left end. Pearson, 29 goals in the regular season. She'll go to Davidson College. Senior can give Wheaton Academy the lead. She does. She scored in the PK yesterday. She scores today. It's 3-2 now for Wheaton Academy. And sophomore midfielder Molly Seuss. The last kicker, she's got the pressure here to get it even for the Knights. Oster saved the last kick. She takes a big run up. Right-footed shot is in. She kept it on the ground the entire way. Oster dove to her left, and the ball stayed on the ground. And we are tied 3-3 after the first round. None of those 10 kickers can kick again unless we get to round number 11. Then that's when they can kick again. We'll get 5 new players out there for both teams, but it is still sudden death or sudden victory, however you want to look at it.
I like the glass half full approach that we went with.
There you go. We go round by round. Wheaton Academy did change up their order from the semis yesterday. They had one player who did not kick in the first round today that did yesterday, and that was number 10, Holland Koshek. So we'll see if she's in this second round. They went Hardy, Cetrin, Goebel, and Bricka in the second round yesterday, although I should point out Erin Tevens had been injured in the late going yesterday, the semis, and did not come back to take a kick. She's available today. And she is among their 5 that are out there. Don't know the specific order at the moment, but actually Tevens will be first. She's the one running towards the goal.
She played very, very well today at a couple of chances, and see what she can do here as down to the second round of PKs.
Tevens, a junior forward. Her shot is good. Very confident. Went to the right, froze King. I believe this is Sierra Schlemmer, number 23, a freshman defender.
The shooter will be number 23, Sierra Schlemmer.
She's got to score to keep the penalty kicks going. Schlemmer is in. Oster went the right way, to her right. The shooter's left, but high enough for Schlemmer to get it over the goalie's hand. And we start round 7 of penalty kicks.
That had to be a very precise shot from Schlemmer. By saying that 5 times fast. And again, like you mentioned, Oster chose right. Just a great shot.
Koshek saved. She had her penalty saved in the semifinals as well. She had a chance to win it in round 5. Her round 7 shot is saved by King, and now Troy Triad can win the state championship. Junior midfielder Jody Ellis. On the run-up, her shot is good! The Knights from Troy Triad have their first state title since 2011. They win it in penalty kicks. They do so 5-4 over the defending 1A state champions. Oster made one save to get the Warriors back in it, but Mercedes King makes the save in the first kick in round 7. And junior Jody Ellis stepped up. Ice in her veins, Brian. She nailed it, and the Knights are state champs.
Well, we got what we came for, Nate, and we knew going in that this would be a spectacular matchup. Two teams very deserving of being here. A very evenly matched game we saw all afternoon long. And in the end, Triad just made one more play than Wheaton Academy. They deserved it in the end, and what an exciting finish, and congratulations to the Knight, the 2017 state champs.
Neither team gave up a goal in this state tournament, in the semifinals or in the championship game. Triad wins it in penalty kicks. Ellis gets the kick, and they are state champions. They won it in 2011. They win it in 2017. The Warriors could not complete the 1-8, 2-8 double as they lose in penalty kicks. Triad from Troy, your state champions, back with more in the 2A girls soccer state finals on CSN Chicago.
The IHSA is achievement, focus, creativity, spirit, champions. The future plays here, the Illinois High School Association.
Today's IHSA Girls Soccer Championships are brought to you by Country Financial. At Country Financial, we understand that helping you means knowing you. Take charge of owning your future with Country Financial. Call your local rep at 1-866-COUNTRY or visit ownyourfuture.com. We are back at the 2A state finals. North Central College, Troy Triad winning the state championship over Wheaton Academy. They are ready for the awards, the individual awards, the player straight trophies, and Hector on PA will take you through it. Let's get the awards handed out to Troy Triad and Wheaton Academy.
At this time, please meet
the Warriors of Wheaton Academy, who finished the 2017 season in second place with a final record of 21 wins and 6 losses. First meet the head of school of Wheaton Academy, Mr. Gene Frost. Principal Steve Bolt. Athletic Director Kevin Lubers. Trainer Rochelle Blakely. Head coach Jeff Brook. Assistant coach Lauren Anderson. Assistant coach Taryn Russo. Assistant coach Jen Snuffer. Assistant coach Daniel Ball. Manager Kayla Terrell. Number 0, Chrislyn Herring. Number 1, Marta Oster. Number 2, Sarah Burchaka. Number 3, Danielle Besley. Number 4, Emerson Fuller. Number 5, Aaron T-Vans. Number 6, Rebecca Smith. Number 7, Emma Goebel. Number 8, Anna Southard. Number 9, AC Hardy. Number 10, Holland Koshik. Number 11, Stephanie Pena. Number 12, Kat Sesnoff. Number 13, Rebecca Steinger. Number 14, Sophie Lindquist. Number 15, Maggie Lichty. Number 16, Lindsay Gardner. Number 17, Izzy McNally. Number 19, Anna Joy Setrin. Number 20, Gretchen Pearson. Number 21, Lizzie Swoboda. Number 22, Morgan Finnegan. Number 23, Rachel Donsell. And number 24, Maggie Bailey. At this time, meet the Knights of Triad High School, who finished the 2017 season in first place with a final record of 22 wins and 6 losses. First, meet the principal of Triad High School, Mr. Rodney Winslow. Athletic Director Kenny Deatherich. Trainer Jack Edgar. Head coach, Mr. Matt Betlock. Assistant coach, Jim Jackson. Assistant coach, Bailey Steck. Assistant coach, Heather Sager. Number 0, Madison Steffer. Number 2, Jody Ellis. Number 3, Kaylee Gibbs. Number 5, Madison Mel. Number 6, Maddie Keller. Number 7, Jordan Besserman. Number 8, Haley Bushy. Number 9, Chelsea Ryden. Number 10, Megan Smith. Number 11, Sam Bessler. Number 13, Ashley Newcomb. Number 14, Sydney Thomas. Number 15, Aaron Fanning. Number 16, Chloe Scott. Number 17, Aaron Little. Number 19, Sydney Beach. Number 20, Katie Rogers. Number 21, Jordan Wilson. Number 23, Sierra Schulmer. Number 24, Becca Bird. Number 26, Morgan Bonensteel. Number 28, Molly Sees. And number 30, Mercedes King. Will Coach Brooke and captains from Wheaton Academy please step forward to receive the second place trophy. Will Coach Betlock and captains from Triad High School please step forward to receive the first place trophy. Congratulations to both teams.
The 2A state champions in girls soccer and penalty kicks are the Knights of Troy Triad. Brian Beto's down on the field. He's got our country financial player of the game, goalie Mercedes King, and the winning head coach, state champion, Matt Betlock. Brian, take it away.
Thank you very much, Nathan. Coach, first of all, congratulations. What a game, and we'll get to the season, but first things first, can we talk about the game today and just the emotional roller coaster and the back and forth?
Yeah, you know, when you interviewed me at halftime and we were talking about how well we were playing, if I needed to make adjustments, well, if I could have seen the future, I would have made adjustments. But, you know, hats off to Wheaton. They came out in the second half, and it was a different game. They put pressure on us. They moved the ball on us like we were doing to them in the first half. And we settled down a little bit, and it was a little better. But you know, all year long, it's kind of been the MO of our girls. We won't quit. And Mercedes King in goal and all playoffs has been special. And, you know, our back line has done a great job all year. And if it wasn't for them, you know, we wouldn't be in this position, because Wheaton Academy really, you know, put it on us, and they had some really good opportunities. But you know, Mercedes came up huge a couple times, coming out and making some diving saves. And if it wasn't for that, you know, we'd be on the other side with the second place trophy. So, yeah, she played great.
Tremendous game, the ultimate season overall, winning a state championship. Can you talk about how special this group is for you?
Yeah, you know, when the season ended last year in the sectional finals to eventual champion Rochester, you know, obviously we were disappointed, but that next week we got back together, and we knew we could get here. And we knew if we worked hard and stuck together, we'd be here. And the girls wanted it. And, you know, we lost 6 seniors, but only lost 2 starters from last year's team. And we knew coming in that if we play to our potential, we'll be here. And girls all year long just worked their tails off, whether it was in the off season in the weight room or at practice every day, in the games every day. And, you know, very special group of kids. You know, every coach wants good character kids, and I've got 23 of them. So, yeah, they deserve it.
Well, congrats again. I know you got a long ride home, but I'm sure it's going to seem a lot shorter with that first place trophy, right?
Apparently, I'm going to lose some hair, too. I told the girls they could shave my head if we won this game, so I'm going to be bald for the ride home.
Staying true to your word, huh?
Staying true to the word. The legs and the arms have already gone, so it's the head next. So.
All right, well, appreciate the time. Congrats again.
Thank you.
And now we're here with our country financial player of the game, Mercedes King. Mercedes, terrific, obviously, all playoffs and today. Can you talk about what was maybe going through your mind when you make that last save and then you know that you have a chance to, the next goal wins the state championship for you?
I mean, what goes through my mind is that my team's really got to come through for this one. Me saving that ball was obviously a great opportunity for us to win it, and I know I needed to do it for my girls because my defensive line and me, myself, and the girls up top worked their butts off for this. So I knew I had to go out there and make at least a save, and I did, and then we captured on it. So.
Can you talk about the season as a whole and how much fun? Coach talked about some of the disappointment and the season ending maybe a little bit earlier than you would have liked last year, but coming into this year and making it all the way to state, and how much fun you had with these girls and your coaching staff.
Last year I didn't get to play the position I wanted, and when I realized we ended the season early last year, and when the next week came, we were all right back together, and the girls knew that I had shoes to fill, and I knew myself. And instead of them thinking I wasn't good enough to be who I am, they supported me through it all, and I can tell you the girls behind me are a great group of kids. We all get along, we do stuff together. Team bondings are always a great time, and there's never a dull moment when we're all together.
I appreciate the time. Congrats on the state championship.
Thank you.
That's our Country Financial Player of the Game. Back to you, Nate.
Thank you, Brian. Our Country Financial Player of the Game, Mercedes King, the goalie for Triad, the huge save in the penalty kicks, and the Knights are the state champions in Class 2A. Let's take a look at our final stats for this match. Wheaton Academy outshot Troy Triad 9-7 overall. Shots on goal were even at 4 apiece. Fouls, 10 against Triad, 4 in the first half, 7 total against Wheaton Academy, so 17 fouls. In corner kicks, Wheaton Academy had the advantage there. They nearly scored on 2 of those corners. They took 5. Triad took 3. But in the end, neither team scored during regulation or overtime, and the penalty kicks go to Triad as they got Jody Ellis to step up with the walk-off, if you will, penalty kick after the big save by Mercedes King to win in penalty kicks 5-4. Triad, the state champions for the second time in their girls soccer school history. State champs in 2011. State champs in 2017. That's going to do it for our 2A state championship girls soccer broadcast from North Central College and Benedetti Worley Stadium. For our producer director Kelly Eichhorst, our entire fantastic crew at Play On Sports, my broadcast partner Brian Beto, I'm Nathan Believa. Thanks for watching girls 2A soccer. The Troy Triad Knights are your state champions on Comcast Chicago.